Welcome to the Best by the Worst. The best movies of all time, reviewed by the worst possible critics. If you don't believe us, keep listening to find out.
Oh, what do you got there, Barrett?
Oh, it is a juicy crush.
Oh, boy, good to be back.
Welcome back
To the Aleks podcast.
Aleks and Barrett podcast. And by popular demand, we're back.
We are back, and what do we have to drink today, boy?
We have one of my favorite beers, which is KG Crush.
One of
But
mine
it's
too.
A collab between them and
Black Man's.
brewery.
Yeah. I didn't know about this beer at all, and then in our beer advent calendar, it just popped up for
Yeah.
the 14th, and we get to try it. We didn't even know it existed.
It's the perfect day for it to come out.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. What is this spelling?
I do love Keiju, and I love the can. I'm keeping this can, by the way. This is a keeper. I've probably never spoken about this on the podcast, but I love Keiju Crush so much. It was the beer at my wedding, and when Keiju went into liquidation, which I presume they're out of now because they're still making beers.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I put a can away. I've got a secret full can in the cupboard.
Oh, you mean that one I drank when I was drunk a few weeks ago?
Oh,
Well, I'm really going to try this. So can we try this first before we do whatever we do on this podcast?
oh,
Cheers, boy.
it smells good.
Colour's good.
It's just a more hoppy, more hazy version of Keiju Crush.
It's just delicious.
That's what it says on the can.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
It is?
Oh, that's pleasing. Oh, it's been a little bit. We've been a little busy, Barrett.
Yeah.
But we are back.
Yeah, we've been to Japan.
We have. We've been to Japan. We filmed a few podcasts there, but they're a special secret release for our time capsule that we've made. It's getting released in 50 years.
Right. So all of you can never expect to hear that.
Yes. No, we went to Japan. Great time, by the way.
Yes.
Awesome. And then life's been in the way a little bit, and now we're back.
Yeah.
Also, I think we've been avoiding the next movie that we just watched.
Yeah.
Not because we thought it was going to be really bad, but it was because we knew it was going to be very, very long.
Just the length. It was near on 4 hours.
Yeah. It was 3 hours 45. There was maybe 10, 15 minutes we're able to cut out from an intermission and some credits and
Oh,
some
yeah. I
stuff.
fast forwarded the hell out of those.
But it was still at least a 3.5 hour movie.
Yeah.
It was long.
Yeah. Also, if you hear any weird noises in the background, it's 41 degrees today, and then it just started raining, so there's a thunderstorm going
Boiling
on.
hot and sunny, and then all of a sudden, thunderstorm.
Yeah. Also,
Australia.
we can't have the aircon on when we're recording
Yes.
because of the noise, so just appreciate we are sweating right now.
Well, I also just figured, why not enjoy the longest movie we've watched so far, and probably ever will watch, with just the shortest podcast ever.
All right, we're done.
3.5 minutes, I reckon. We got 2 minutes left.
We're at 3 minutes 49 now.
Oh, jeez. All right. We got 20 seconds. Go.
All right, we watched Ben-Hur,
1959.
1959.
We're almost into the 60s.
This is going to blow you away. The movie had a budget of $15.2 million.
I did see that.
That is $167 million today. That is huge.
I was also reading that it was an MGM movie, and basically they were going bankrupt, and they bet everything on this movie.
Oh, well, they're still around today, so obviously it worked.
Yep, the gamble paid off, and it made squadrillion dollars adjusted for inflation. But if it had failed, that was it. They were done.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah.
All the main cast are dead.
Yeah.
The only runner-up movie that I remotely know of was The Diary of Anne Frank.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been to where she stayed in Amsterdam.
Nice.
I've got the plot here. It's Ben-Hur's life featuring the J-Man himself.
Yeah, perfect way to sum it up. It was focused on Judah Ben-Hur, the main character, and then around him is the story of Jesus. It's kind of like always in the periphery,
Yes.
And then, like in the last part of the movie, it really just dives into the whole Jesus story. But it's like watching the Jesus story, but while focusing on a entirely different character. And every now and again, he just runs into him.
Yes. So it's, featuring the J-Man.
Yeah. But you never see J-Man's face, and he never says a word.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was even uncredited as an actor.
Yeah, actually, I saw somewhere he was some opera singer.
Yeah.
And it was his only ever acting role. He never said a word.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Stop banging the table.
Oh, sorry, boy. It's been a while.
You're really going to upset everyone.
Yeah.
You like this? You like my pen?
Oh, that's a nice clicky pen you got there.
Yeah, no. It stays right over here with me. Someone responsible.
All right. So what we did promise, though, is despite the fact it was a 100-hour movie, we're not going to make a 100-hour podcast.
No.
And I actually was thinking about it, too. I didn't even make that many notes. I think I've got more like interesting facts and the production stuff in the background. You probably got a bit of that too. I think I've got more of that than anything else because there's some interesting stuff like building the movie. Yeah.
Is it time to tell you how many pages of notes I have?
What have you done?
I have 3 full pages. That is less than I would normally write for a 2-hour movie.
Well, I actually, because there's actually not a heck of a lot there in terms of plot. I think just the way the movie is done and everything's just kind of dragged out, and we've seen that a bit in these old movies, but really we can summarize it, I think, quite quickly.
Yes.
But facts.
The year. I'm excited. You said when you were, because we sometimes sit and do our research together. Don't tell anyone what's going on or each other what's going on, but we do say that, I found some juicy facts for this year or stuff like that. And you were just like, Australia bangers this year. So
yeah, a couple cool Australian ones.
Well,
that's Big Thundery Boys.
Yeah.
It's funny too because the last scene in the movie, not that I'm going to spoil anything yet, it was a big thunder scene.
Yes, I did think that.
Kind of creepy. Anyway,
it was kind of creepy.
Hopefully, we didn't make too many J-Man jokes, and he's now coming to smite us. We'll see.
We do have backup battery on the camera and on the audio, just not on the lights that make us beautiful. So if you're watching this and the power goes out, we might be in the dark.
All right, so 1959.
Yes.
Pretty cool year. A lot of, still sort of USSR and America stuff, but I tried to ignore most of that. Right. But one thing I thought was pretty interesting. So in this year, the USSR launches the Luna 1 spacecraft. It's the first to leave Earth's orbit. It's the first to reach the vicinity of the moon and be placed in heliocentric orbit, whatever that means.
Cool.
Yeah, so lot of good firsts.
When was the moon landing? It's not far away, is it?
Not far away. But yeah, I guess it's the theme of it, right? Like in the lead up to that, the USSR, obviously the space race was happening, but they did a lot of shit first, and then the moon landing. We'll say that happened. But anyway, I'm not going to go into it.
Not a conspiracy podcast.
Gotcha. I'm just saying. Convenient. Anyway.
It's interesting how they could stream that from the moon, but I can't stream Netflix on my shitty internet. No,
or the fact
I've got great
been
internet
back there
now, but for a lot of years I had bad internet.
Oh, me too. This year, the first ever Grammy ceremony took place.
Okay.
Yeah, so that started to be a thing. And then I've got a couple good... Oh, no, actually, I saw this one randomly, especially given that our podcast is about movies. And this year, another movie came out by Ed Wood, and it's a cult classic called Plan 9 from Outer Space. It's often called one of the worst films ever made, and it premiered this year.
Do we need to watch it?
Oh, even the cover art. Ooh, Big Thunder Boys. Even the cover art looked real interesting. I'm thinking it may be one we have to watch at some point because if they're calling it one of the worst films ever made, we have to see.
Yeah, I know. And we've watched Iron Sky.
One of the best movies ever made.
Oh, correct. Sorry. Yes.
Couple cool Australia facts. So AFL announced with 8 teams.
Ah, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so the AFL
because
starts.
it would have been VFL before then. Yep. So it went national at that point.
I guess so.
Cool.
I like this one. The Sydney Harbour Bridge starts construction. Estimates of $7 million in 4 years to build. Project balloons out to $102 million in 14 years.
I swear we've had Sydney Opera House. Oh, no, the Opera House, not the bridge.
This is the Opera House, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. You said
sorry,
the right thing.
I did. No, I said the wrong thing. No, this is the Opera House.
Oh, okay.
The bridge I've done before. Sorry, I think that's why I carried on.
We've spoken about the bridge before because I told my weird bridge facts. Now I was ready to roll them back out of the back of my brain.
This is the Opera House. Yeah, ballooned out big time. Every time. Has any construction project ever actually finished on time?
I don't know.
Every single time you hear of one, and I work within construction projects, they all balloon out. They all cost 10 times more than what was estimated. Who the fuck's estimating these jobs?
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, that was my facts.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Opera House, pretty famous building for Australia.
Yeah, 14 years though. That's
You been
a long
there?
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, walked around there. Yeah.
Never been inside.
Didn't go inside.
No.
No, I think the outside part's the cool part, right?
Yes. Yeah. All right. We're going to start this thing off. I've got a fact to kick us off.
Okay.
William Wyler. He was the director
Yep.
for this movie.
He was.
He worked 16 hours a day, 6 days a week for 9 months
I did see that.
to finish this movie.
Wild, right? A lot went into this movie. I got another interesting fact to kick this off with. So I think everyone's probably heard of Ben-Hur. It was obviously a massive movie in its time, and it's got a big legacy to it.
Bigger than Ben-Hur?
Bigger than Ben-Hur. That's where it came from. So this was the first of 3 films to have won 11 Academy Awards. I think it was nominated for 13, but it won 11.
Okay, that's pretty good numbers.
Yeah, oh yeah. And there's only, including Best Picture, so 11 awards including Best Picture.
Yep.
There's only 2 others that have done it. Which ones are they?
Oh, Titanic's got to be up there.
Titanic?
What else? What else is a really big Best Picture? I don't know. No, I can't pick one.
Lord of the Rings, Return of the
Oh,
King.
of course it is.
Yes.
Oh, I am so scared of when we have to do Lord of the Rings. The fact that you've told me we have to watch all of them,
Oh yeah.
and the
I'm
extended
so
versions.
excited. Oh yeah. Yeah, but it's 4 hours of bliss every movie.
You know, I watched one recently to try and build up for this, just to see what it was like, because I've not watched them in their entirety.
Yeah.
The first movie, the extended version, the credits are over 30 minutes long.
How it should be. So several of the categories won by Titanic and The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, didn't exist in Ben-Hur's day, making its 11 wins that much more impressive. It is also the first ever film to win 10 Academy Awards in competitive categories, with Gone with the Wind having won 8 competitive Oscars and 2 special Oscars. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess this is like the next big movie after Gone with the Wind, because it's just a mammoth film.
But also found, before obviously the movie came in, so Charlton Heston is the main actor. He's Judah Ben-Hur. There's a bunch of other people. I don't really recognise their names. They'll probably pick for their time, but I think a lot of people will know Charlton Heston, and
Yep.
from back in the day. Anyway, but before he got selected for the role, Kirk Douglas was trying to go for the role, and they offered him the role of Masala, who's like the other main guy,
Yes.
right, or the villain, if you like.
Yes.
Kirk Douglas wasn't interested. He's obviously a huge actor at the time. He said, "No, I want the role of Judah or nothing," and so they told him to bugger off because they already had Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
And so I think he got triggered by that, because then the following year, Spartacus comes out. I don't know if you've seen that.
No.
So Spartacus was another big type gladiator Rome type movie. So it seemed like they just made this competitive movie to combat fucking this one, and he started that as almost like an FU. And that movie was also really big in its own right. So it came out the following year. It's pretty big. Won 4 Academy Awards. Didn't win Best Picture.
Yeah.
But it was like another big gladiator Rome movie.
Must have been, the theme of the times.
Yeah. Because have you noticed now, sometimes when 2 movies come out and it's almost like the same movie?
Oh, yes.
You're right. That's happened a few times.
That's going on at the moment with, oh, no. Now my brain's not
One that
working.
comes to mind is the ones with Friends with Benefits, and then there's another one.
No, there's
No Strings Attached, I think, might have
the
been.
Western movies. Oh. We might actually die here.
Jesus.
The Western movies.
Anyway, yep.
What's the Western movies? The one with Leonardo. Is it Leonardo DiCaprio in it? No. Maybe it's not him.
Western movies.
There's like a whole string of Western movies coming out at the moment, and they're competing with other Western movies. Oh, no. No, I'm getting confused. Is Yellowstone competing with Kevin Costner in the Wild Western movies?
What? What are you talking about?
So, you know what? I'm just going to be quiet.
But you know, when like a couple movies come out like 6 months apart and they're like almost the same plot, that's happened a few times.
Okay, no. I've got a really good example now.
Okay,
I'm going to start talking and just ignore everything I said about Costner. You know, I'm in love with him a little bit, so let's just ignore
Yep.
that. The Beekeeper
Yes.
and The Bricklayer.
Only you have seen The Bricklayer, but yes.
The Bricklayer is the exact same movie as The Beekeeper.
There you go.
Except he's a bricklayer.
Yeah. There has been a few examples of that, and it's kind of weird. But yes. So it's one of those, almost, I feel. But actually, you know, one's always, like, generally, one's good and one's really bad.
Yeah.
In this case, both seem to be quite good.
Yeah.
Sort of big thunder thing.
I know, I can hear my poor computer turning on and off because it sets to self-boot every time there's a power outage and it keeps turning on and off.
Do you often get these little power flickers when it's weather?
No. This is rare circumstances, and I'm just thinking about all my poor hard drive spinning down and up.
Yeah, my computer's off, luckily. All right. Well, that's some fun facts to intro in. But
Yeah.
Barrett, I want you to recap this movie in 5 minutes or less.
All right, we start off with an overture.
Yeah.
We fast-forwarded the hell out of that. We saw a map that showed sort of the area that the film was set in. We were hearing some narration. Everyone had to go back to their place of birth to be counted and taxed. Julius Caesar was in charge, and they were waiting for a prophecy, who turns out to be the J-Man.
The J-Man.
A little bit later.
Yeah.
We see a moving star going over the horizon.
Yep.
Pretty cool shot.
Yeah, I mean, it was some kind of special effect. It wasn't good, but
Yeah.
it was kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus is born.
Yep.
Credits then come on the screen, and we fast-forwarded the hell out of them as well.
Yeah.
Cut to Jesus is growing up. We cut to a scene with some Roman soldiers. We meet Messala and Judah Ben-Hur. They're going to be our two main characters.
They are.
They are reunited, and it sort of becomes apparent that they were childhood friends.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to say this a few times because there's a few time skips and they're not very good at explaining it and almost seem to contradict themselves. But in this one, they don't actually say how long they've been apart for, but that they were childhood friends. One was always a Roman, one was always a Jew. So
Yes.
that distinction was always there, but they were close friends from childhood. I feel like it's been at least 10 years.
Yes.
So we'll go with that.
All right. So Messala, he's on Team Rome,
Yep.
and Ben-Hur, which I'm going to refer to him as. Is that okay? Or have you got?
Yeah. Well, he's been.
Yeah, Ben-Hur. He's on Team Jewish.
Yes.
All right. Basically, Messala wants to convert the Jewish people to be Roman, and you know Ben-Hur's not interested in that. And
Yeah, I don't even know if he wants them to be Roman, really. I mean, they were just subjugated, right? Like the Romans just had this big empire,
yes,
and they'd completely just subjugated the people there, like they'd had in probably 20 other countries. So they really just wanted them to comply.
Yes.
Whereas, obviously, a lot of places would start little uprising or rebellions because they didn't want the Romans there. No one did. But the Romans would just kind of quell it every time. So it's... I don't know if they ever wanted them to be Romans. They certainly just wanted them to be compliant,
yeah,
which they were struggling with.
yeah.
The Jews didn't like that.
It ultimately ends up in them having a falling out,
Yeah.
and they become enemies.
Yeah, he wants Ben-Hur to rat out some of the people in like the Jewish community that are trying to stir a bit of an uprising, and he won't rat out his people, and so they have a big falling out.
Yeah. All right. Jumping right ahead, Ben-Hur kisses his slave.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
So there's this. Ben-Hur, he's a kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
He's got some slaves that work for him.
Yeah, he's like a rich Jewish guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one of his slaves has a daughter,
Yeah.
and she's just come of age, essentially.
Yeah.
They've travelled back from somewhere. It's not really
Yeah,
explained.
they were somewhere.
But anyways, he meets her for the first time. She is stunning. And ultimately, you know, she's supposed to be going off and marrying someone else, and he kisses her.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have to talk too much more about that. That's obviously like the love interest, right? Anyway.
Yes.
So he's obviously lives with his mum and his sister.
Yep.
He's single, so him pursuing is not like weird, but
Yep.
she's like getting married, so it was a little bit weird. But anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, so they've had that falling out with Masala, and then not too long after, a new governor,
New governor
has
arrives
thrown into town. Right,
with the Roman army.
yes, so the governor, they sent from Rome a new governor and a couple extra squadrons, or whatever you want to call it, legions, that's the word, of troops, because they're trying to make sure that, there isn't some big rebellion, because they're hearing rumors of that, right?
Yep.
Anyway, they're up on the roof of their house. This is Ben-Hur and the sister. They're on the roof to watch the incoming governor and the troops come in.
Yep.
And they've got some loose tiles, like roof tiles, that are nearby. And the sister accidentally, nudges one, and they're loose. And one comes flying down and whacks the governor on the head.
Yeah.
Buggers him. Doesn't kill him, but injures him.
Yeah.
Anyway, although obviously the Romans go crazy.
They are not impressed. Yep.
So they break into Ben-Hur's home. Masala's there. Ben-Hur tries to explain what happened. Masala's not having any of it. They arrest the whole family, the sister, the mum, and Ben-Hur.
Yep.
He then goes up to the roof to check out his claims and actually drops one himself. So he knows that Ben-Hur's telling the truth.
Yeah.
But clearly it doesn't seem like he's too interested in the truth.
No, he wants to make an example out of Ben-Hur because Masala is a new upcoming important person in the Roman Empire. And if he prosecutes one of his best friends, then he's going to be seen as more powerful. So he is...
and they're going to fear him, right? He said that. So,
yeah,
they lock them all up.
Yeah, lock them all up. Ben-Hur, he's to be sent to the gallows, which is... No, is it
galleys?
Galleys?
Yeah.
Not gallows. Gallows is hanging.
Yeah, I think so.
Galleys is ships.
Yep.
Okay, so he's to be sent to be a rower on a ship, which is almost certain death. He momentarily escapes.
Yeah.
But doesn't get away with it.
Well, he escapes to go confront Masala, which he does, and could have speared him to death, but that just would have sent his mum and sister to utter doom.
Yes.
He tried to get them freed and just try to blame it all on him because it was really between them.
Yeah.
Doesn't succeed, so the mum and sister stay locked up.
Yep.
But they agree not to kill them, I guess.
Yes.
So he surrenders, and they throw him in the galleys.
Yeah. So we see some scenes of Ben-Hur getting marched out to where the ships are.
Yep.
There's a very important scene there where he collapses, and the guards are saying no water for him, no water for him, because of what he's done.
Yeah.
Sorry, this thunder and lightning is
it's intense.
It's quite distracting. So no water for him, but the J-Man himself, he's there.
He was just woodworking away in his little workshop.
Yeah.
And he just struts out casually, gives him some water.
Gives him some water.
Yeah.
I did have a factor drop in here.
Ooh.
There's a sentence there. Oh, we're in the dark. But don't worry, we still have camera and we still have audio. Oh, we're back. We're live again.
Jeez. It's crazy around here.
Yeah. My poor computer just started again.
Maybe red drives.
Maybe I should go turn it off.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. We'll just pause 1 second. I'll come back to my notes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Back to my fact.
Yeah, we're just trying to stop the house from blowing away.
Yes. Computer's off, so poor hard drives aren't facing that anymore. My wife just came home and my mother-in-law, so...
We kicked them out.
Yeah, we've evicted them. Anyways, back to my fact. No water for him was the sentence that the guy said. That became a catchphrase on the set. Okay? Whenever anyone made a mistake, they would say, no water for him.
Nice.
I thought that was pretty cool.
So he gets sent to the galley. So we find out that he's been pushing these oars for about 3.5 years.
Yeah, 3 years. Yeah.
So he's been on different boats. Anyway, so a bit of a time skip that's happened there. So he's in that galley of this massive ship. There's probably like, I don't know, 40 guys under there rowing.
Yeah,
maybe more.
Yeah.
Like a lot of guys, big ship, all manually rowing. He's now got a bigger beard, and it's obviously been a few years, and he's just in his underwear pushing this boat.
Yeah.
And a new commander is on the boat.
Yes.
Comes downstairs. He seems like a pretty rough guy. He's slapping a few of them around a little bit.
Quintus, I think is his name.
Yeah, I think it was like Quintus or something like that.
Yeah.
Immediately identifies number 41, who is Ben-Hur.
Yes.
Because he can see that he still looks quite angry and he's got, fire in his belly because he wants revenge and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Picks that up and they have a little chat, and that's where we work out, he's been doing this for about 3.5 years. Commander tells them all that they're out to go and find some Macedonian ships that have been raiding the Roman ships. And so they're basically going to fight a bunch of Macedonians.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, in the lead up to the battle, so obviously him, Ben-Hur and the new captain of the ship have had some discussions, and they've sort of found out a bit of background about him. When they go into battle, this is kind of messed up, they chain all the rowers in place. Yeah. Okay, so when the ship, anything happens, they go down with the ship. They can't stop rowing because they're chained in.
So they're extra motivated to do what they need to do.
Yes. Okay. Yep. If they stop rowing and the ship sinks, they all die.
Yeah.
Right? But when they're doing the chaining, the captain says, "Don't chain number 41."
Yeah, because they had a chat just prior to that, before they found the Macedonian ships, where he wanted 41 to come back with him to become like a gladiator or a chariot racer, right? He's like, that's what he does in his spare time, and he finds people to basically put in the hot seat, right? He's too old to do it himself.
Yeah.
He wasn't interested at the time, but clearly that's why he left him unchained, right? So that he wouldn't drown, because he still wanted to use them.
Yeah. Anyways, we enter an intense boat battle.
Yes.
All right. Their boat sinks.
Made with a bunch of miniatures, by the way.
Yeah.
I read that.
The captain goes overboard while fighting. Ben-Hur dives in to save him, and they end up on a large piece of driftwood together, or the side of the ship.
That's it.
In my brain, I reckoned it to Jack and Rose on a door.
Yeah, so the commander, though, tried, when he saw his ship going down and the rest of it, I guess the pride thing got in the way, so he did try to kill himself a few times, which Ben-Hur stopped him doing. And then basically they're just adrift at sea. They're away from all the boats now. They've assumed that they've lost. And he's angry that Ben-Hur didn't let him kill himself.
Yep.
Anyway, they see a boat out into the distance. They think that it might be like an enemy or a Macedonian ship. It's actually a Roman ship.
Yes.
Comes and collects them. Turns out they did win the battle.
Yes.
Yeah, and so the commander was pretty chuffed with himself, and also really appreciative that Ben-Hur didn't let him kill himself.
Yeah, so Ben-Hur is the hero.
Yeah.
All right, the boat battle was a great success.
And doesn't send him back to the galley. What does he do, Barrett?
No. He's given to the captain as a slave, as a gift. Spoils of war.
From the emperor.
Yes. So now Ben-Hur is a slave to the captain.
Yep.
And then we cut scene to living in Rome, and apparently 5 years has passed.
Well, we say apparently because it seemed to change a few times later on, but we're going to go with 5 years.
All right, we're back again. Sorry, I'm a little wetter.
Oh, I was up to my knees in water moments ago. Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's continue on. So the boys have been rescued. They're back at in Rome. He's now he's a chariot racer. So Ben-Hur, he's now a chariot racer for what was his name again? This commander guy?
Oh,
Quincy? Quinn something? Some fancy Roman name. So we said 5 years, right? So in the 5 years that he's been in Rome, he's become this champion chariot racer.
Yes.
Also, he's developed a really close relationship with this Roman commander now. They're like a father-son sort of thing.
Yeah.
So much so that he's actually adopted him as his son, given him the family ring, and said that what's mine is yours. So Ben-Hur has gone from being a rich Jew guy in Jerusalem to being a slave on a ship to now being a rich Roman guy.
Yes.
Wild ride.
Yeah. But he quickly tells his new dad that he's got to go. He's got to go back to Jerusalem. Please say it.
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem. He stops on the way, and he ends up meeting a guy. He's a sheik.
Yes.
We might call him Blackface.
Yep, because he had blackface on.
Yes.
So we'll call him Blackface. Yeah.
There was a pretty cool scene there where the sheik is showing him his horses.
Yeah.
And the horses are doing things, and there's no way that you could have scripted it.
Yeah.
So it was all improv.
Yeah.
And
did a good job.
Great.
Yeah, besides the blackface, he was a good actor.
Yeah, one of the horses started yawning, and he quickly went to, "Oh yeah, the horse must be tired." And
Yeah, it was good. The horses were cool too.
Yeah. Anyways, leaving that. Oh, the sheik is really into chariot racing.
Yes.
I probably should add that. That'll come back.
Very important. So anyway, Ben-Hur goes and confronts Masala.
No. First of all, he makes it back home.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Yeah,
And
yeah.
who's he kiss?
Well, his wife, not wife.
His slave girlfriend.
Yeah, so she didn't end up getting married. She stayed with the dad because something we didn't mention, her dad, who was close friends with Ben-Hur, when he was being accused of these crimes, he went and confronted the Romans, ended up getting thrown into the dungeons as well for trying to defend him.
Yes.
And so he spent an unknown amount of time in the dungeons as well, eventually got out. And so, and his legs don't work anymore as a result.
Yep.
And so the daughter didn't get married, ended up staying to look after her dad.
Yes. Yep.
And so, they all reunite again. It's all touching. But Ben-Hur's focus is on where's my mum and sister.
Yep.
And so they've got no idea. They didn't hear anything. They're pretty confident that they couldn't have survived being in the dungeon for that long.
Yep.
But they don't know for sure.
Yes.
So that's when he decides to go and confront Masala.
Yeah. So he goes to confront him. He wants his mother and sister released.
Oh, a fly flew into my beer. A little bug.
This really is a disaster podcast. We've had 2 major stops. Alex has now got a bug in his beer. We have no power right now. So if you've noticed, if you're watching on video and you've noticed the lighting changes because the old
I'm still drinking this beer.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not going to hurt you. The old Ryobi light is coming in clutch. Our very fancy soft lights, they're out.
Sorry, that pissed me off. All right, keep going.
All right. Anyways, so he confronts him. He wants his mother and sister released.
Yep.
All right. Masala goes down to the prison cell
Yep.
to find his mother and his sister. The only reason that the guard knows that they're still alive is because he opens the little door and says the food's gone. And every day when they put food in there, if the food disappears, the people inside must still be alive.
Yep.
Horrible.
So they haven't opened that door in like 5 years.
Yeah.
8 years, who knows?
So they start opening the door. Oh, we didn't talk about the time inconsistency. We'll come back to that in a minute. So they start opening the door and it's like creaking. There's dust and stuff falling down.
Yep.
Anyways, opens the door. Both of them have
Yeah.
leprosy.
Yep, so they're not good. They've got leprosy and they don't look good. And so they agree that they're going to let them out so they can go to Leprosy Valley, as it's affectionately called.
Yes.
Or Valley of Leprosy, or Valley of the Lepers, they call it. And that was the agreement. So they let them out.
Yeah.
They end up going back to the home and they run into Esther, who's the wife, not wife, slave girl.
Yep.
Because they wanted to tell her, hey, look, we're still alive, but we don't want Ben-Hur to know.
Yes.
Because we want him to remember us not as lepers, basically.
Correct.
And
yes.
so they go to the Valley of the Lepers. She agrees not to tell him. In fact, she goes back in and tells Ben-Hur that she actually knew they had died years ago when she was trying to get her dad out of the dungeons, but didn't have the heart to tell him, basically. Yeah. And so the time inconsistency issue, it's because we're very clear on a few facts. He said to the commander on the ship that he was on the galley for 3 years, 6 months ago. So he had done 3.5 years rowing on the galleys.
Yes.
Plus, that we know.
Plus the time it took him to walk there.
Yep.
Right.
Plus, when his new dad was talking about him, he said, we're almost certain of this, 5 years he'd been chariot racing.
Yes.
So that brings us to 8.5, maybe 9 years.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when he's talking to the wife, not wife, he said that they were standing there when he said goodbye to her 4 years ago.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure someone else says 4 years too.
The math ain't mathin'.
The math didn't math. So we're going to go with 8 or 9 years. Movie's wrong.
Yeah, I did Google it. No one else saw this. So either we're completely wrong or the first people to notice it.
Yeah, I think we're just such good movie entrepreneurs that we pick up things that have been lost through history.
Anyways, Blackface Sheik, he's back. There's about to be a big chariot race, and he wants to set the odds. He wants to bet on it.
Yeah.
And the odds is given a 4-1.
Yes.
And he likes those odds because he knows that...
Oh, I've got a fact on this. Oh. Because they said 1,000 something or others, right?
Pounds.
No, it's not pounds. It was their nomination. Because I also thought I heard pounds, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So, one moment. Thought this was quite cool. Okay. So, a talent, they said talent.
Okay.
A talent was a measure of weight and could have meant either silver or gold, as each metal was measured in talents. In 2022 dollars, the sum wagered by Masala against the Sheikh at 4-1 odds on 1,000 talents would be the modern day equivalent of approximately 82 million of silver or 8 billion of gold.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a cool fact.
Yeah, whoever did that fact, good work.
All right. Well, because we're talking about facts, I'm going to throw one in because we're about to start on the chariot race and I have chariot race facts. Just let me go back a couple of pages.
I didn't even bother looking at chariot race facts because I just assumed you had all of them.
I skipped over a lot of them because all of the facts I could find were about this race.
Yes.
And it's a pretty big deal in the movie.
Everything leads up to this chariot race,
It
right?
was, like, there was facts about it. It was the highest frame rate ever recorded at that time.
Yeah.
Right? The chariot race required 15,000 extras.
Yeah.
All right. So that's just the people to sit in the grandstands. The area it took to build the set was 18 acres of land.
Yep.
It took 5 weeks to film. Right?
Crazy.
But that's not my favorite fact.
What's your favorite
My
fact?
favorite fact is in 1970, right?
Yeah.
The CEO or the head honcho of MGM,
Yeah.
right? They were going through some more financial troubles and he was liquidating assets and he sold off the chariots. Okay. Sold them for, I think one of them sold for like $4,000 US.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one of them was bought by a restaurant owner from the area. Okay.
Yeah.
4 years later, during a fuel crisis, I don't know if you know this, but like through like the 70s and 80s, there was a fuel crisis in America that led
Yep.
to like emission controlled cars, all that stuff. But during an energy/fuel crisis, he was arrested driving his chariot down the freeway. The chariot from the movie.
Amazing.
That is my favorite. That's my favorite chariot.
You'll like this one, though, because you're a tech nerd. So, one of the very few and very expensive 65mm cameras in existence was used for that chariot race and was also destroyed in the chariot race.
Yeah. I also read or heard somewhere else. This was weeks ago that I found this, but that chariot scene cannot be refilmed today because it was all real effects.
Yeah.
And it was so dangerous. Like that scene where we're going to get to this in a minute. I'm going to spoil a tiny bit. Messiah eats shit.
Yeah.
And gets dragged underneath another chariot. Well, when that happens, they did it with a dummy. They decided it didn't look good enough.
Yeah.
So they actually sent a stuntman under there. And they built a steel frame that went on his back so that he didn't get burns from being dragged on the sand. And he's still got like severe burns to his body because the steel plate got that hot.
Fucking hell.
It cannot ever be refilmed or recreated because it was so dangerous.
It was pretty wild. I mean, so we're getting to it, obviously, but the race, pretty cool race.
Yes.
It was well done. Obviously, it all looked real because it was.
Yes.
And so it holds up today. Like you're watching it, very cool. They had the cameras like basically riding with the chariots, however they did it, but it wasn't just an overshot. It was like right then and there. It was
Yeah, in the
action-packed.
action,
It was
yeah.
in the action.
Yeah.
It was all real. Like you said there, you know, the people going under the chariots getting smushed. Like it looked really real, probably because they were using real people.
Yeah. So Ben-Hur is racing for the Jews and Masala is racing for the Romans.
Yeah, and there's like 7 other groups. They don't really matter. They're more cannon fodder.
Yeah.
Masala, though, he's got the little spiky boys on his wheels.
Yes.
And so he chomped up a few boys in the race with that.
Yeah.
I almost chomped up Ben-Hur, but didn't.
Yeah.
And so ultimately, Ben-Hur wins the race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like just as the race was starting, they were like, "Oh, everyone cheer for Ben-Hur." The crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
Like the Jewish crowd.
It's all local, right?
And it was like, everyone, Masala or Hail Caesar.
yeah.
And it's, ooh. And it's like one guy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So in the final lap, they were measuring laps with like these little frogs that would come up and down, these little metal frogs that
Fish?
fall down. Fish? Oh, yeah, it was fish, sorry.
Yeah.
So anyway, around like the last lap, Masala, who was whipping his horses, Ben-Hur wasn't whipping his horses, he was just pulling the reins. But Masala would whip the horses, try and get them to run faster.
Yeah.
He then started to whip Ben-Hur because they were neck and neck, and his little spiky boys in the wheels weren't quite getting him. So he started whipping him. And then that tussle, because Ben-Hur grabbed the whip and they were pulling, he basically pulled Masala off.
Yeah.
And he went underneath the chariot, and it's about 12 horses and 3 more chariots, and he was a smush boy.
Yeah.
He was finito.
Yes.
So then Ben-Hur wins the race.
Yeah.
They lug off Masala, and he's cooked.
Yeah. So Ben-Hur goes to see Masala after the race. Masala's on his deathbed at this point, and he reveals that his mother and his sister are still alive. Yeah. So it's a big shock to Ben-Hur.
Yeah.
Ben-Hur immediately goes to Leper Valley.
Masala's dead.
Yeah.
He dies there from his injuries.
Yeah. Ben-Hur goes to Leper Valley or whatever they were calling it.
Yeah.
He finds his slave girlfriend there. Finds out she's been lying to him this whole time.
Yeah. So they argue a bit and they tussle, but it's really just a lot of back and forth here. This is where they easily could have saved half an hour of the movie, because it's really him just trying to, confront the fact that, he doesn't want them to know that he knows, and he wants to help his mum and sister, but they don't want him to know, and they can't help each other, and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so that goes on for quite a while.
Yeah.
Ultimately ends with Ben-Hur going up to his mum and sister.
Yeah.
And making them aware that he knows, which they're all upset about, but then they get over it.
Yes.
And they shouldn't touch, but then they end up just touching anyway.
Yep.
Because they've got a lot of hope on the J-Man.
Yes.
The J-Man's making it big. He's made a few appearances and they're talking about him more and more around this time.
Yep.
But he's now kind of reaching his peak. He's speaking to the people, all the rest of it. Pontius Pilate's now in some big position locally. So we know shit's about to go down.
Yep.
So Ben-Hur and the wife, not wife, grab his sister and mum to take them to the J-Man.
Yes.
Turns out, though, by the time they get back to the city, the J-Man's up for trial because they've already stitched him up.
Yep.
And decide he's going to be crucified.
Yeah. So we cut to scenes of him carrying his cross.
Yep.
He keeps falling down. They make him get back up, keep carrying it. He falls down right in front of Ben-Hur. There's a cool little scene where Ben-Hur rushes and gets some water. And then feeds it to Jesus.
He did.
It's just a reverse of the scene. And ultimately, Jesus is nailed to his cross.
Yep. Gets nailed to that cross, and then they're waiting for his resurrection. So 3 days have passed.
Yep.
And a big storm comes in, kind of like the storm we just went through here.
Yeah, this is really freaky that this has happened.
And anyway, as a result of that storm and the rain that came through, it miraculously healed the sister and the mum of their leprosy.
Yep.
And I'm assuming must have healed everyone else. But anyway, happy days. And so they lived happily ever after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of a confusing story.
Yeah, but it was still good. And I liked how the whole J-Man element wasn't the focus. It was like this guy, and the J-Man was just in the peripheral vision, right?
Yes.
Until he kind of became a big thing again. But it came together. But that is definitely the part of the movie they could have saved half an hour.
Yeah. I got some more facts to throw in just to help finish this off. William Wyler, right, we spoke about him, he's the director. He said, it took a Jew to make a good movie about Jesus. That was a quote that he said.
What is... because he's the director.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I had a cool last little fact too.
Oh, I got a couple more.
Yeah.
The movie's been remade 3 times. So there's 4 movies.
Yep.
Stephen Boyd, or Stephen Boyd. Anyways, one of the two. He plays... Who's the bad guy? Masala. He plays Masala. Anyways, in the lead up to the role, he grew a really majestic beard, right? And then he got to set for day 1 of filming, and they were like, Roman people didn't have beards, so he had to shave it off.
Perfect. My last little fact. So, at 2 hours, 1 minute and 23 seconds, Charlton Heston's performance in this movie is the longest ever to win an Academy Award for Best Actor, and the second longest to win in any category. So his screen time was 2 hours and 1 minute and 23 seconds.
That's cool.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah.
All right, Barrett. Let's wrap this bad boy up.
Yeah.
What did you think of the movie?
It was good. It wasn't painful to watch. It was long.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it kind of flowed all right. The story wasn't fast paced. You could probably tell the same story in 3 hours.
Yeah, like I said, you easily could save 30, 45 minutes just in some of the stuff we talked about.
Yeah. But it was a good movie.
Yeah, all the acting was great, and a big shout out to that chariot scene.
Yes.
Very well done. Very cool. I thought that was pretty cool to watch even now. Imagine watching that in 1959.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah, it would have been pretty wild to see.
So, how many Barretts out of Barrett?
It's a 3.5.
Okay. Yeah.
It was well made. There wasn't much to it.
I'm going to give it a 4.
Yeah, I was on the cusp of a 4, but I just didn't think it deserved it.
I'm going to give it a 4. I think it was a good movie. it lost half a star for me because they could have shaved off at least half an hour.
Yeah.
And then half a star because, yeah, it was good, but, just when I think of some of the other movies on that list, not as good as them.
No. And some of the stuff we've got coming up is... Oof.
Yeah, but I think it was ahead of its time.
Yes.
Didn't hate it, enjoyed it.
Yes.
I'll give it a 4.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks to the power of batteries. Hopefully we're still being filmed.
Very, very interrupted episode, but hopefully it comes together.
Moments before we started recording, I was like, I'm going to put some fresh batteries in the recorder. And we've not had fresh batteries for the last, I think they died on episode 3.
Yeah.
And I just have it plugged in all the time. And I was like, you know what? There's a storm. What's the chance the power goes out? I'll put some fresh batteries in there. And that's what we're recording on right now.
Perfect. Hopefully it all worked.
Yeah. Beer.
Ooh.
Juicy Crush. What are you giving it? Out of 10.
That's right, because we do the movies out of 5 and beers out of 10, because that makes sense.
Yes.
I'm going to give it an 8.
Oof. It's a pretty strong score.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was a really nice beer.
I'm going 7.5.
Yeah.
It's up there. It's a tasty beer.
I was thinking I could have given it a 7.5, but I think because I've had some beers that aren't quite like that lately, it really stood out.
Yeah. No, I've really enjoyed that. And I've got a special beer for us coming up on our next episode.
All right, Barrett. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Do you want to count us out?
Until next time. Doom, 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 doom.